Hey y'all, so I am doing my April vlog for the first half of the month. I'm a week behind on it, so I guess this is technically for the first 3 weeks instead of the first 2 weeks of April. I don't know if you watched the last video, but my area was hit by the tornadoes on April 12th, and we were out of power for several days. My grandparents' house was destroyed. They're safe. And not injured. My other grandparents, they also weren't injured, but they had a lot of property damage. So it was a lot going on, and I just haven't had a chance to record until now, so I'm sorry that I'm a little behind on things, but we'll get back in the groove of it because thankfully everyone is safe and not harmed, and I have power again. So we'll just go ahead and talk about the first couple weeks. I actually spent the first week working on my project. I am super excited about it. I am going to be ready to start filming things here in the next week or two. I've just got to get my notes and everything prepared, make sure everything's organized. So I'm really excited to actually get started filming on that. I've done all the research in the background, took notes and everything, so I'm ready for that to be started. I'm so excited for it. And I'm excited to talk to you guys about it too. So then I started reading Pet Sematary by Stephen King. This book I'm going to do a full review on here soon. I'm not sure when that'll be up, but here in the next few weeks. But I read it probably in a week and a half. And this book, I don't want to be one of those people that's very melodramatic. This book changed my life when it really didn't, but this book, I don't feel like I'm the same person after reading it. So I'll go into more depth in my review, but that book touched me. It was very good. Definitely one of my top reads of this year so far. So after that, I wanted to pick up kind of a shorter book. I wanted to kind of do the OWL reading challenge, but I am not officially doing it. I just kind of decided I would choose some prompts, maybe choose a career for the OWL readathon, and just kind of go with what I wanted to read, what I planned on reading, and then like give myself until August when the Newt NEWT readathon would start. Just kind of give myself those few months, because I can only read 2 or 3 books a month on a good month. 4 if I'm pushing it. So I couldn't see myself reading 10 and 12 books, and maybe I was just looking at the wrong careers. I did see one this year was 3 or 4 OWL, so that was close. I was working on that one, so I picked up an Unkindness of Magician because it has a white cover, which was the Charms OWL prompt. So it was one of the reasons why I went ahead and picked it up, and also it's short, 354 pages. I'm going to go ahead and do a full review on this one. I don't really know how I feel about it. Some positive and some negative thoughts. So I'm going to go into more detail on it. But I actually read this in like 6 days. It was very quick. I don't know if you can see. I'll go ahead and pull it open. But a lot of it's double spaced. So, I mean, it was a very fast read. Very fast. So like I said, I'll do a full review and kind of go more in depth on it. In that review, I probably end up rating it like 3 stars, just to give you a heads up. But I've got some things to say about it. Then that was the first 2 weeks of April, and that was when ideally I would have filmed the first part of this video. But like I said, things happened, and we were without power for 3 days. It was quite bizarre. And it also didn't help that my husband's car's in the shop, so it is what it is. It's just been a crazy time. Once I finished an Unkindness of Magicians, I had, initially I was going to read something else. I had another book called Wrecked on my it's the last book in my set, and I will be finishing that set soon. We'll go over the next set, but I went ahead because I had actually spoken with the author on Twitter. I kind of had a little fangirl moment. But John Gwynn, he tweeted at me when Mike's Book Reviews had mentioned this book, and I made the comment that I was excited to read it and that, it was on my list coming up soon to read. And John Gwynne, the author himself, tweeted and said that he hopes, that I enjoy the book. So I just got really excited to go ahead and read it because he tweeted at me. That was, I'm not good at Twitter. I'm not familiar with it. I'm bad at it. My age is showing. But I kind of fangirled a little bit. I was just so excited because he's so personable and he was nice. And I went ahead and just moved it up because it was my second book on my list. So I just went ahead and decided to pick it up first because it was also sitting there on my shelf and it's so pretty. Malice. It just looks awesome. I am only about 62. I'm 62 pages into Malice, and so far I'm really enjoying it. It's thrown kind of quite a bit of characters and names and places at me, but I mean, we're beginning a 4-book series, so I kind of expected a lot of moving parts to get started, so that part didn't bother me at all. It didn't feel like a big info dump. It's just describing scenes and things like that, so I actually really am cool with it. The 3 characters that, or 4 at this point, actually, those characters that we have been following, I find them interesting, so I'm intrigued. It's got my attention. I want to know a little bit more. I want to see where this is going. So, yeah, The Faithful and the Fallen, book 1, Malice, and I'm excited. I'm hoping to finish this by May 2nd. So when I do my April wrap up, y'all will know if I finished it or not. That's my goal, is to actually get it done by then. So wish me luck. I really need it. This has been a rough time and I haven't been able to read as much as I wanted to, unfortunately. So yeah, that's going to be my beginning portion of my wrap up, and we'll go on to the next clip at the end of the month, and hopefully I have good news that I have finished that book because I'm super excited about it. So y'all take care until then. Bye. Hey y'all, so here we are. This is for the last week in April. April is finally over. I feel like April lasted forever, but it's finally over. I have some bad news. I didn't get to finish Malice like I had planned. Honestly, I'm only on page 178. There's so many things going on, between work and my home life. My husband's schedule's changing, so we're trying to get used to that, and some other things going on. So my reading has kind of had to take, a step back, had to put it on the back burner. So I'm just hoping that May is going to be better reading wise, because I don't want to say I only read 2 books in April, because it's still great for me. But I really wanted to have this done by the end of April, but it just didn't happen. So far, like I said, I'm only 178 pages into it, but it's really good. It's really smooth, and the characters are really interesting, and I really care about all of them. Like they have different situations and different little backgrounds that really want you to see these characters succeed, and I really want to keep reading it. Every time I try to sit down and read it, something comes up and I have to stop and I get irritated. So I'm hoping to just have some dedicated reading time this month of May, because I am determined to finish this book, because I've really enjoyed it, and I've been looking forward to it for so long that I'm quite upset that I haven't just been able to fly through it like I had initially planned. So that's my new goal for April. Just wrapping up April. I'm ready for April to be done, and I'm over it, and I'm just over it. Let's just move on to May and have May be better. So I hope April went better for you, and I hope May is better for everyone. So we'll just go ahead and wrap up this wrap up, and y'all take care. Bye.